fraud. INEC declares Adamawa governorship election inconclusive. There is a plot to alter Adamawa Gibo result in favor of APC PDP alleges. And of course, we take two more. Nigerians' expectations on 2023 polls not met by INEC, says EU observers. For fair play, APC asks the zone National Assembly leadership to southeast, northwest. And that's about it from the Cable NG.
All right, starting off with the Punch newspaper, we have this one. PDP's diary on seats Matawale in Zamfara. I'll take that again. PDP's diary on seats Matawale in Zamfara. Lagos musician friend kill BDC operators. Guard arrested. Machiavellian democracy and APC of Buhari and Tinubu is an editorial from the Punch this morning. Sanwo-Olu's raises civil servant salary by 20%. APC wins 15 states, PDP 6, and NPP takes Kano. Is another headline there. Also from the Metro Plus pages, soldiers shoot 2 Taraba policemen dead, injure others. Fire service puts out Lagos Airport Hotel inferno. Also, man in court for stealing 7.9 million naira from company. On the business side of things from the Punch, anger as NMPCL hires expatriate to head subsidiary. Africa accounts for 55% of world's poor. ECA. Some stories out of the Punch.
All right, quickly now to the Premium Times. This says PDP's Kefas Agu wins Taraba governorship election. And more of the headlines here is saying Bono's Governor Zulum declared winner polls 545,543 votes. INEC declares Adamawa governorship election inconclusive. And this also says APC's Umar Bago wins Niger governorship election. Catholic priest Hyacinth Aliyah wins Benue State governorship election. APC's Basu Otu wins Cross River governorship election. And this last one says Adamawa governorship. PDP's Fintiri scores majority vote to defeat Benani. All right, this is some of the headlines in Premium Times.
Over to the Daily Post newspaper this morning. Wike's PDP wins Rivers governorship election. INEC declares APC Zuba Sani winner of Kaduna governorship election. Also, INEC officials kidnapped on way to collation center in Zamfara. Bonu Guba, INEC declares Governor Zulum winner. Also from the Daily Post, DSS arrests Kiki Oshimbajo's threatener inside Kirikiri prison in Lagos. I'll continue with legacies of Badaru, Jigawa governor-elect Namandi says Niger Sani Bello congratulates governor-elect, task him to operate open-door policy. My re-election victory will of God, Bauchi people, Bala declares. EFCC arrests NCAA director, others, officials over alleged 2 billion naira duty allowance fraud. And lastly, from the Daily Post, Buhari reacts to death of Rufai.
Now to Daily Trust newspaper this morning on the front page of the Daily Trust that says, will Kwankwaso allow Abba Yusuf work in Kano? And there's a question mark. APC clears 22 seats in Kogi, or your PDP clinches 28 out of 32 assembly seats. PDP takes over Plateau Assembly, wins 16 seats. Zamfara, Anambra speakers lose to PDP candidates. And we also have had 335 intending pilgrims make payment in Edo. Man backs 3-month jail for stealing phone in Kano Mosque. Police arraigned 5 for planning to disrupt election in Kwara. And of course, this says bandits abduct man who conveyed 2 million naira ransom for wife, 3 children's release. And we also have notorious bandit Omaro Nagona killed by troops. And we'll take 3 more this morning. This says how thugs hacked 47-year-old estate agent. 2 policemen killed, 2 others wounded in clash with soldiers in Jalingo. And the last one here says 1 killed at collation center in Kogi.
From the Nation newspaper, APC wins 15 states, PDP 6, and NPP takes Kano. Polls inconclusive in Adamawa, Kebbi, Abia, and Nugu. Ramadan Sultan urges Muslims to look out for new moon tomorrow. Tinubu's presidency, Nigerians in diaspora now ready to invest. Namani resigns from PDP. Foreign observers hail INEC for peaceful polls. Also, alleged 2 billion naira fraud. EFCC arrests 4 NCAA officials. Buhari mourns Immigration Board Secretary. Tinubu/Shatima government will support Benue to revamp economy, says Akume. Lagos okays 20% salary raise for workers. Sanwo-Olu approves 20% salary increase for workers. Ramadan. Sultan urges Muslims to look out for new moon Wednesday.
All right, quickly now to the Vanguard newspaper this morning that says Delta APC rejects governorship poll results. I will be governor to all. Moft Wang, that's the new governor-elect in Plateau State. And this also says, my victory, remarkable, historic. Benue governor-elect Father Aliyah is coming up with that. Breaking Rivers Giver PDP wins all 23 LGAs. And of course, you can get details in the paper this morning. Niger governor-elect loads electorate for overwhelming support. And more of the headlines on Vanguard says how vote buying violence marked polls in southeast to northwest. That's what CDD is coming up with in their election report here. And Guba election, PDP constitutes screening panels for Bayelsa Imo 2023 elections. 21 vets reported on election day. EU mission is coming up with that report. Avia Guba, PDP wants stoppage of beavers sold it. And of course, let's see if we could take one more headlines this morning or write opera as APC and PDP. All right, and that's the much we can take with the Vanguard newspaper this morning.
All right, we'll go on a commercial break right now, and when we come back, we'll be opening the phone lines. The analysis as well will be coming your way. Stay with us.
FM 94.9.
Beyond banking. Show you need something. Where they beyond banking. Make I give you the updates. We know they frustrate. Open at the package. Relax your mind. You know go call your hand. Auntie, brother, open now the way. Anything we go save money. Super fast transactions, people. No talking, no they sleep. Run and one time is done. Open beyond banking. Open beyond banking.
OPay beyond banking.
God! I don't record them.
Finally, after 60 takes. Oh, yeah, play him.
See this man, oh. You know press record. Oh.
Skit making no be beans. Become the next big skit creator. Sign up for INT'L TV Super Skit Maker Competition for a chance to win 1 million naira. Download INT'L TV app, upload your video, get people to vote, and video with the highest number of vote wins.
INT'L, the smartphone network.
My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. Christ Apostolic Church, Covenant of Mercy, Mercy Camp presents 72 Hours with God. Theme, Praise. Guest artist, Big Bolaji, Evangelist Yinka Alashiori, Elijah Olongo Sobe, Evangelist Dari Melody, Bridget Adenubi Esther, Atinuke Adefisoy Rimajem, Benga Denuga, Chikose, and our very host, God's anointed prophet of our time, Prophet Taiwo Ojo, and other ministers of God. 72 Hours with God will be happening live at CSC Mercy Camp, Kilometer 18, Ibadan Ife Expressway, Oshengere, Ikire Road, Ibadan, from Friday the 24th to Monday the 27th of March 2023, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., 3 to 5 p.m., Vigil 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. For more information, please call 0805-027-5779 or 0813-726-6076. 72 Hours with God. Grace like never before.
So, as you wake up one first check highlight for early momo, you can't remember, say, time for school runs don't reach you. Bola we sabi, be 1-4 hand for there. How you go do your thing? Come still catch up with your game. That na Bola we sabi. How you go do your waka? Come still watch the game full time. Abi, come on, Bola. Showmax dey your side. Sake of say, dem dey summer you with better leads for any screen, anytime, any day. No matter where you dey. For chicken money will be 3,200 naira a month. Live from SuperSport on Showmax Pro. Make you sign up for showmax.com.
For this Naija wey we dey so, say you no hold cash no mean say wahala dey o. You wan send money to Male for Villa, just use Momo. You wan buy recharge card or data, just use Momo. You wan pay for market wey you buy, just use Momo. You fit use Momo run plenty things without cash, as long as you get Momo account. No cash, no wahala, and e dey easy to open o. Just dial *671# to open Momo account. Set your PIN, transfer money from your bank account inside your Momo account. Make you fit dey pay for anything, send and receive money sharp because life dey simple with Momo.
Lọ́dún yìí ó wá gba ògo tuntun, tọ́sẹ̀ méjìlá ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ló nílò láti yin Olúwa lórí ilẹ̀ No More War Challenge Ìbàdàn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o, Ọlọ́run ló pa aláṣẹ fún bàbá àdúrà AK-47 láti ṣílẹ̀kùn ọdún tuntun pẹ̀lú kọ́kọ́rọ́ agbára tó wà nínú èyí. Tọ́sẹ̀ méjìlá la fi máa ṣe é. Ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti January 12 títí wọnú oṣù kẹta March 30 ọdún yìí. Láàárọ̀ kùtùkùtù ní gbogbo Thursdays méjèèjìlá lórí ilẹ̀ No More War tó wà ní challenge ìlú Ìbàdàn. Lára àwọn olórin ẹ̀mí tí ó máa wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Màmá Bọ́lá rẹ̀, Ìlàjà Kétúndé Ọlọ́run ò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Bàbá Ojú Adé, Ọlọ́mọ Abúlé, Adùkẹ́ Gold, Sisi Aláwìyé Àlùkò àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ògo tuntun ní Glory la kò rí ẹ̀. Gbogbo ogun tó ti gbàdúrà sí tí ó ṣe ẹ̀yìn ló máa gbẹ́ mi. Ẹ fi yáyá máa bọ̀ lórí ilẹ̀ No More War tó wà challenge Ìbàdàn kájọ yin Olúwa. Tẹ́ máa ń bọ̀ láti ìwọ́rọ̀ olùtẹ́ ẹ̀dẹ́ mọ̀lẹ́tẹ́. Ní kọjá bridge after center school ẹ̀ ti rí wa ń bẹ̀. Ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ challenge ilẹ̀ yìí ti ń bọ̀. Ó dojúkọ ìkọjá Genesis díẹ̀ ni o. Ẹ pè 08066581455.
Beyond banking. Say you need something. Where they beyond banking. Make I give you the update. We not they frustrate. Open at the package. Relax your mind. You know go for your hand. Auntie, brother, open na the way. Anything we go solve money. Super fast transactions do. Networking, not they sleep. Run and one time is done. Open beyond banking. Open beyond banking.
OPay beyond banking.
Stay tuned to 32 FM 94.9.
All right, you're welcome back. You're still on to the papers review here on 32 FM 94.9. And of course, we're going into analysis proper. This morning, we have Mr. Austin Uduma joining us on the platform. Good morning, Austin.
Good morning, GBOLABO. And Kenny, good morning.
All right, good morning, Austin. Okay. Let's start off with the politics. Of course, we've had news that polls are inconclusive in certain states. Adamawa, Kebbi, Abia, and Enugu. Also here, Benue State is also among those. Okay, certain apprehensions in Kebbi, Abia, and Enugu as of now. Nothing yet conclusive in that on that front. Austin, what do you make of the latest news talking about elections in the country right now?
Yes, I think Adamawa too is almost inconclusive too, because there's a particular contentious local government that is not being announced, and that has been since Sunday or so. Whatever the INEC has to do, things should be done properly. You know, when politicians are not well popular in certain area, they want to subvert the process, because the idea of evading a collation center ought not to have arisen at all. We have also seen from the result declared so far that it is no longer business as usual for our politicians. Look at Kebbi State, for example. That is where you have the chairman of the progressive governor struggling for his political survival in that particular area. Because areas where results, when INEC find it difficult to declare results, some sort of manipulation has either taking place or about to take place. Because, like Oyo State, for example, as in the early hours of Sunday, the governor was declared. I think across the country, it's about the first declaration that was made. So if the contest is seamless, if the contest is really competitive and people are popular based on the popular mandate of people and overwhelming votes, honestly, there shouldn't be any issue. But there are so many lessons to be learned. Look at Benue, for example. I think we have about 6 states where godfatherism has failed so far, where people have anointed candidates: Benue, Sokoto, Kano, Plateau. You understand? So all of these states that I just mentioned, they are states where godfatherism has failed because those who were going out have anointed candidates and they couldn't really win. There were a lot of irregularity with the governorship election. You know, we talked about this on Saturday, that it is as a result of deep local interests. Right. So nobody should think that the way the presidential election has gone, you know, these governors have also opened their eye. It got to a time we saw governors practically hustling for votes, begging for votes. Right. Governors doing things ordinarily they would have done, you understand, just because of election, because of the keen competition that has been introduced, because of the paradigm shift that you can't just sit somewhere and cook figure. People really had to vote this time around, and that has affected a lot of politicians. Let's just hope that before today runs out, INEC will take concrete decision. I do not think just one local government. It depends on the number of registered voters, number of PVC collected. Should not be the reason why the whole state election.
You're talking about Adamawa.
Will not be declared. Yes, okay. I'm talking about Adamawa. I think in Abia too, there's a clear lead in Abia, and Adamawa too. You know, there were a lot of insinuation flying around the social media. As early as Sunday, some people were saying, "Oh, we have a first female governor in the history of the country in Adamawa," and what have you. Until yesterday, a frontliner has to still mention that, but that is not the case. I said yesterday, the results have not been declared, and it looks as if I was the only one who is having contrary opinion, but that has actually played out. This issue of inconclusive and struggle, tussle that we have around declaration of result, collation, and what have you, is as a result of politicians wanting to have their way at all costs. So election should not be something that people have voted since Saturday. We are talking about collation. We are talking about declaration of result. We are even talking about a particular local government. The local government is not in the riverine area. It's not in the hinterland that you say, flying boat or what have you, we have to bring the result. So I think we should go beyond this stage.
All right, let's look at IREV now. Would we say these are some of the ironies against IREV? Because obviously people had gone to that portal to look at the results from the polling units and they started calculating themselves, looking at what happened, what played out with the Adamawa result. Already people had a kind of insight into what will happen at the end of the day because they've gotten their calculators. They were already doing their own mathematics before even INEC announced. And now if you look at some of the intricacies of what happened, 69 polling units where elections were cancelled as a result of the INEC is saying that we cannot forego this 37,016 potential voters with PVCs who were not allowed to actually exercise their franchise because those elections and those polling units were cancelled, and as a result, it is inconclusive. But many Nigerians actually raised eyebrow because the initial result from the Fufure, which is the last local government that they were expecting, was actually seen. But PDP, I don't know what happened. They said the results were snatched by hoodlums or something. And INEC had to go back and say there was a mix-up. They have to go and recalculate. Meanwhile, Nigerians were doing their own calculation in their rooms. And now it became like it's a word against what INEC is saying, and that's why many people feel that INEC is not being transparent in this process. Would we say there are ironies or the disadvantages or advantages of IREV, electronic medium of transmission of result here, in all of this played out?
Well, so far for this governorship election, I think the IREV work effectively, more effectively than the presidential election. We must say that. Then the issue of this local government that is in contention, apart from people doing their calculation, don't forget most political parties and their agents tend to do calculation as it favors them. even when they see that it is glaring. We have seen contrary results so far, where people say should be the winner, and at the end of the day, another person emerge the winner. So let us not rely on the calculation of the people. INEC is still the only body that can declare results in an election. But the truth of the matter is that when you have this contentious issue, it means that politicians want to play ball. That is the way they do. And in the process of doing that, some INEC top officials could be engaged to be able to help them perfect whatever fraud that they want to conduct. If results have been directly transmitted, like we have all seen, it can be verified by anybody, which means that you can simply log on to the portal and view the result yourself. So why is it so difficult for results to be announced? It is uncalled for. From Saturday, today is Tuesday, for crying out loud. If INEC has come up with reason, let's go back to the electoral law. What does the electoral law says about inconclusive election?
You're talking about supplementary elections
or cancellation of election. I just told you earlier, I said electoral law recognizes the number of registered voters and the total number of PVC collected. If they are substantial and in a way they could affect the result of the election, of course INEC can take decision to supplement the election or to stagger the election till a time where a fresh election could be conducted in such an area. So if that is the case and INEC is taking that decision, let them take that decision transparently. But the way things are, politicians are very much involved, because I see no reason, I see no challenges that can occur that will make an electoral umpire not to declare result. And we say we are waiting for just one local government result. If you have recanted, then you go ahead and declare the results. That is the way it should be. So the idea of just waiting endlessly, let INEC take concrete decision. Apart from supplementary, there are conditions in the electoral law that could make the election body to come up with a decision for supplementary.
They've actually announced the results. So but now looking at those areas.
If results have been announced so far, a clear winner has emerged. The area in contention, what is INEC saying? According to the electoral law, if they are to organize a rerun, then so be it. If the result has been announced and there is a condition that will make the result to stand the test of time, let INEC go ahead and collate that local government and declare result. It is not acceptable for us to have 3 days after election, the conduct of election, and we are going back and forth. Result is coming. You have made mistake earlier. You want to do all of this. It is not just about INEC. It is because certain politicians want to win at all costs to score cheap political points. So for me, latest Saturday, Sunday night, early Monday, all of the results will have come in. But the idea of holding results, party now start fighting, evade the collation center, talk coming on board to disrupt the process, it means that something is fishing.
All right, Austin, let's have you speak to this particular story that broke this morning. The electoral officer and the returning officer for Zamfara State, the governorship election, apparently they were kidnapped. Now, this is the local government area in the hometown of Governor Bello Muhammad Matawali, who is also seeking re-election.
Yes, he's seeking re-election, and a returning officer has been kidnapped. You can see the handwriting on the wall. You understand? This kidnap did not happen maybe before the election or during the election. After results have been collated, some areas have been collated actually in Zamfara State. So this is what you have. Politicians should see politics as a game that you can win at some point and also lose at some point. And you must be able to accept defeat in whatever contest. If you don't win today, it might be your turn tomorrow. After all, there are some people now who didn't win yesterday, who have won today. Some have lost now. Technically, they will bounce back again. We have seen a lot of people like that in our political space. So the idea of cooking up story, some people were ambushed, they were going out, they were kidnapped and what have you. It shouldn't be. You can see some level of desperation. And don't forget, I did say that it is high level of desperation that gives birth to violence. That's it. When politicians become too desperate, they can't stand in the face of defeat. They deploy all manner of tactics to circumvent the process. That is what is currently going on. Matawali, he has contested in this election, then let result be announced. So let INEC also take decision on that. If a collation or a returning officer is kidnapped, which means that there is no even anybody that will announce or declare the result. Can we now say that is natural? Can it be of natural occurrence? Can it be just accidental? Can it be just coincidental?
And you have two of them.
You have two of them. So, for example, if one of them is available, that can go ahead. That fellow can go ahead to announce the result. But a situation where two top officials who are directly in connection with result have been kidnapped, you and I should guess what the outcome of such an election should be.
So should we say they are compromised, even for INEC officials?
Of course, see, Mahmoud Yakub
because
said
if you've collected something, you must pay for it.
Said, the chairman of INEC said, there are some aberrant INEC officials too that will be dealt with as a matter of law. The resident electoral commissioner in Sokoto was suspended shortly after the presidential election. INEC have also decided to deal with some staff. Somebody got his election announced under duress. INEC also nullified that. You understand? So if we talk about INEC, most often time we focus on INEC chairman. No, there are some top officials of INEC, even at state level, that have compromised the integrity of the electoral process. And this is what we should deal with. So the idea of kidnapping taking place to return the officer when you are supposed to announce result, you are now holding the people incommunicado. I think it's unfair too.
All right,
so
quickly,
let the law deal with that.
Quickly before we go on this break itself, and this says anger as NNPCL hires expatriates to head subsidiary. And now that's a major issue in Nigeria so far because you have expatriates handling very critical position in Nigeria. Now, why would we have this happen? For instance, don't we also have expats in this industry and field? We say yes, we're a civil country, and of course we're very liberalized. In spite of that, there is this job loss. Unemployment is at large volume. Why the NNPCL? Why not other places that you have expatriates?
Another cause of concern is people are asking, has the NNPC sold its shares? Why is it that you have, an expatriate actually heading
like
such as
like a joint venture?
Right.
It's unfortunate that we are having this situation. We must clear this. Not as if expatriates cannot work. We have some other multinational companies in Nigeria that you have expatriates as their employee. But if you look at the tenet of the Petroleum Industry Act, it has given a nomenclature to NNPC as a growing concern, which means that it can now run like a business enterprise. That is on one hand. Secondly, there is what we call local content. The president signed executive order 5 that says specifically that expatriate can only come in when there are indigenous people who do not have the technical know-how at all.
Okay.
I don't know whether you are getting that. Let me put it in a simple language. The job that Nigeria does not have a skill to provide, expatriate can now come in. So let proper investigation be done. And you know this.
What is the criteria to actually come up with that?
You know this.
That we don't have the expertise to deliver.
That is
what is the criteria?
That is the law, and it's allowable anywhere in the world. You understand? Where people that are indigenous lack the requisite skill to provide that service, expatriates can be hired. And this arm of the NNPC is the most productive venture, most profitable venture in NNPC. Why ceding that to an expatriate? You understand? And you need to really know the practical definition of expatriate in our society today. Some of them you call expatriate, they are not even degree holders just because of their color and what have you. There was a time a big company in Nigeria, a multinational company in Nigeria, decided to site a plant in Ghana. And they took a quality assurance manager from Nigeria to Ghana. And the Ghanaian government says, no, it has to be my own person. It has to be our own son that will head that position. And so be it. So on this issue, I think NNPC has a lot of questions to answer. Why bringing expatriate to one of the most profitable arm of the NNPC in terms of subsidiary? Why? You know the way we do things in Nigeria. We prefer to hire a foreign coach than an indigenous coach because that will be contractual. Some people will get money out of it. Some people will get kickback. So this has to be properly investigated. Because if we allow this to fly, it means that executive order number 5 of Mr. President is a colossal waste, and we shouldn't allow that to happen.
All right. We have to take some messages now. When we come back, we'll be opening the phone line. Stay with us.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Beyond banking. Say you need something. Where they beyond banking. Make I give you the updates. We not they frustrate. Open at the package. Relax your mind. You know go for your hand. Auntie, brother, open now the way. Anything we go save money. Super fast transactions. Networking, not they sleep. Run and one time is done. Open beyond banking. Open beyond banking.
OPay beyond banking.
It's time to enjoy fast and reliable internet connection for less.
It's time to go big in the INT'L Home Broadband All-Time Mega Offer.
It's time to take advantage in the INT'L Home Broadband All-Time Mega Offer. Get a MiFi with up to 125 gigabyte bonus data for just 5,000 naira, or a router with up to 240 gigabyte bonus data for just 10,000 naira. Visit any INT'L shop or www.airtel.com.ng/HBB now.
INT'L, the smartphone network. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. Christ Apostolic Church, Covenant of Mercy, Mercy Camp presents 72 Hours with God. Theme, Grace. Guest artists, Big Bolaji, Evangelist Yinka Alashiori, Elijah Olorun Sobe, Evangelist Dari Melody, Bridget Adenubi Esther, Atinuke Adefisoy Rimajem, Benga Denuga, Chigose, and our very host, God's anointed prophet of our time, Prophet Taiwo Ojo, and other ministers of God. 72 Hours with God will be happening live at CAC Mercy Camp, Kilometer 18, Ibadan Ife Expressway, Oshengere, Ikire Road, Ibadan, from Friday the 24th to Monday the 27th of March 2023, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., 3 to 5 p.m., Vigil, 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. For more information, please call 0805-027-5779 or 0813-726-6076. 72 Hours with God. Grace like never before.
Beyond banking. Say you need something. Where they beyond banking. Make I give you the updates. We not they frustrate. Open at the package. Relax your mind. You know go for your hand. Auntie, brother, open now the way. Anything we go save money. Super fast transactions. Networking, not they sleep. Run and one time is done. Open beyond banking. Open beyond banking.
OPay beyond banking.
32 FM 94.9.
You're welcome back, and it's right about time to take some of your calls and of course and some of your contributions on the social media. We're still on 32 FM Ibadan on Facebook. All right, I guess we have all correct. The numbers are 070-55,949 or 080-970-949.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Balkiz Ononjon. I'm calling from Ibadan. I'm not sure if this was discussed during reading the headlines, but I think it's something that concerns everyone. Is that this Naira scarcity? It seems a lot of people are in the euphoria of celebrating their candidate and they've forgotten that there is still Naira scarcity. It exists, and of course, we are still buying money with money. And some people are insinuating that this thing is going to continue until May 29, that President Muhammadu Buhari leaves office. A lot of SMEs are folding up. Inflation is 21.91%, and there is low patronage for consumers. This monetary policy is going to cripple our economy more if caution is not taken. So they should please print more, or at least release the old note they mopped up. May God help us in Nigeria. Balkiz Onotun from Ibadan.
All right. Thank you. 07055,949, 08097,949. Once again, we're live on Facebook, 32FM and 949 Ibadan. Let's take some messages from Facebook. I have this one here from... Okay, Miriam Yetunde. Now that some states have decided already, I hope the governors-elect will govern with the people's face. I hope they won't forget those moments when they were begging for votes. Everything should not be politicized. I pray the Lord will guide them right. Congratulations to those re-elected. May their second term also be productive. Once again, 07055,949, 08097,949. Tolu Lokpe DME writes, I totally agree with the EU observers that INEC was the cause of the apathy that we witnessed during the just concluded gubernatorial election, because many people lost interest as a result of the brouhaha that followed the potential presidential election, because INEC performed below their expectations. But thank God that they walk their talk in the aspect of transmitting election results electronically. And I want to believe they will reflect on all these and guide against it being repeated in the future elections. Okay. Thank you very much for that. 07055,949, 08097,949. Austin, I'd like to bring you on that particular story about the EU observer mission and their assessment of the elections altogether. I don't know if you saw that one.
Yes, the EU has rightly observed there is serious apathy for this governorship election. A lot of factors. Number one, because of what happened during the presidential election, that actually dampened the morale of a lot of people. Then secondly, governors have made it like a theater of war.
Right.
So people are also afraid that anything can happen. In short, the one of Oyo State, it actually became like an anticlimax, because a lot of people expected violence within Oyo State, especially in the city of Ibadan, because we witnessed that 2 days before the election. But at the end of the day, God took control and it went well. So these were areas.
Austin, please hold that thought. Hello, good morning. All right, let's hear
According to what the European Union said, yes, there is serious apathy. But don't forget that the presidential election, when that election has come and gone, we postponed the back election. That's another setback for the citizens. Not only that, there are some states that there is a serious intimidation, that someone is voicing that they should not come out and vote, like Lagos State. But thank God that in your state here, nothing like violence or gunshots, because our belief is that a serious attack will occur on election day until afternoon. That is when some people come out, when they see that early in the morning, nothing like violence again. I think what the European Union said, they are right. About the Senator Falani that congratulated Makili, I think they have shown the spirit of swordsmanship. The election should not be do or die affairs, and because no champion forever and no loser forever. So that's how our position should take politics. That's my own take this morning. Thank you.
All
right, quickly now back to Facebook. Kanifo Victor says, good morning all. Austin, well done. I love your analysis. For the issue of Matawale, Ajekila no mokulo ni tanyomokwe. My opinion anyway. All right, I think that's for Austin this morning. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, please. What's the name of your calling us from?
This is Miriam. I'm calling from Odejai.
All right, please
Hello.
Go ahead, Miriam. We can hear
All right,
you.
thank you. As regards the just concluded gubernatorial election, it's a good thing that the opposition parties, that is INT'L and INT'L, have congratulated governor elected. We should all learn to accept defeat with good faith, and governance is not a do or die something. So I pray the governor elect will even do much more better. And I would like to encourage all politicians to accept defeat with good faith. That's my favorite moment.
All right.
Okay, we have another comment here. Raji Afiza Biola Raja says, good morning, Kenny and GBOLABO. Honestly, we need to commend the INEC and security agencies on the conduct of gubernatorial and State House of Assembly elections. So far, they've done relatively well. We're looking for more improvement in the future election. God bless Nigeria. All right, I guess we have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, please. What's the
My
name?
name is Ginga Mario calling from Apata.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. Now, talking about the issue of the cash crunch. Yesterday, I told you I work in Ogun State. I had to bring a colleague of mine who is heavily pregnant down to Ibadan because he needed some cash to use at the hospital just yesterday. And getting to Ibadan yesterday, we couldn't even get 1,000 naira to help her down to get her some money. That's number one. And number two, I want to ask us this question. Those INEC officials that are being kidnapped, does that mean that the result of those states will not be announced until they are being released? Then what happens to the result of the election there? Thank you.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, sir.
Good morning, yeah.
Good morning, Denike. Okay, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Personally, let us look at the background of the man hired by NNPC. I want to ask whether he has performed well in the whole industry where he's coming from. If we can have people that can help us, NNP is one of the most corrupt organizations in Nigeria. If we can have expertise that can help us position NNPC, I don't see anything bad in it. Since the NNPC was established, is this not Nigerian? Billions of dollars. Why are we not condemning? If this man performs where he's coming from, personally, I'm welcoming. Have a very nice time.
All right, thank you so much, Balkis. Another from Facebook says, elections shouldn't be a life or death struggle. Thus, other contenders should show enough class by extending their congratulations to the winners. So Senator Folarin showed good sportsmanship by congratulating Makinde. This is a kind of politics that we enjoy seeing. All right, our time is actually fast spent, but Hosting, do you have any last word to all of this itself?
Yeah, somebody talked about a returning officer being kidnapped. Of course, we have to rescue them and let them announce the results because by law, a returning officer is vested with the responsibility of returning a winner in an election.
All right, that's where we call it a wrap. Good morning. Thank you very much for your time. I'm Kenny Durutilu.
And I'm GBOLABO Female School. Bye for now.
Laughter. We are 32 FM 94.9.
32 FM 94.9.